Not
All
not
right.
amazing, but it's good.
All right. So let me try this thing now.
Pick up this because I'm fooling myself with it. This is not minute. All right.
All right, Kevin Sawyer. Good night
Yeah.
again, sir. Good evening. You all
Good
right?
night. Good night. Yeah, cool.
You all right, sir?
Yeah, good.
Wow. So it take us an hour to finally get onto the live. Wow. Take off that hat, boy. Eh?
Why?
Smooth criminal. Just so.
You better have fun, yes?
Yeah, yeah. All right. So, right. So I was saying, Kevin, that I think that we have a lot of things in common.
Right.
That's why I started off saying, right? I think uh, multi-talented, it might be the same things, but we both have a wide array of different talents, you know.
Right.
Um, you are extremely funny comedian. You're a poet. You dabble in acting, or you are an actor as well, I believe. Yes, you have acted in shows and stuff already. Yeah. Um, I am also very talented in other fields. I wouldn't. I don't think I could list.
Nah, too much to this, too much to this now.
I don't feel I could list the way I list for you, right? But I was saying I think we are very similar, especially in the way we grew up. So we grew up with a bigger brother. Um, the real pushy and thing. You know how did this be? The bigger brothers and them.
Dominic, this man calling you push, yeah, not me. This man calling you pushy, Dominic. Dominic.
You know this. You know this.
You saying it, all right.
They like to be frontish and had the little brother in the back.
My brother, that's not good. Yeah,
So
now my
yeah,
brother was the star for sure. Is the star, will always be the star.
I feel like we have very similar upbringings and stories, but there's a place where the similarities kind of diverge.
Where you are
That's
a
where
wholesome Christian family man, and I am a
no
spinster.
it's really just the you not being able to walk and I have a best wife. That is where it kind
You see
of
me the two things? Yeah, more or less. More or
yeah.
less, yeah.
That is it. Just kind of
Yes.
at that point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what I really wanted to ask you, Kevin, boy, what made you think that you know what I feel them poets and them I feel like I give them a run for the money and say boy I gonna join this thing.
No, I didn't think I could give them a run for the money per se. I thought it was a challenge. I thought it's definitely something I could challenge myself to try to do.
Yeah.
I'd seen Michael Barker. You know Michael Barker, our good friend.
Yeah.
A friend of mine happens to be different label as well.
Yeah.
I not on the level of good looking at all. So he went last year to do a poetry slam, and he made it to the semis, I believe.
Yeah.
And I was accompanying him in the auditions and the semis and stuff. So I saw him do that, and I saw what he went through doing it and what it meant to him. So that already kind of planted the seed a little bit. He did mention me think I could do it, but I didn't really make up my mind to. And then as the other auditions was approaching for this year's, so the people who had done it before was mentioning to me, you should try it out. Like, first of all, whenever it was posted on Facebook, people from my page were tagging me for no reason, just tagging me. Kevin, you could do this. I think because I done a video with Pinky doing a poem at time, and you had like that one as well, so people kind of remember. Sure. And then, like, so the people who do it already, like Kyle Hernandez, Kwame Weeks, so the people who had done it, tell me, yeah, you should try it out. So by then I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. And I went in. I took it as an opportunity for me because I approach so much things with comedy in my life. Like, my life is saturated with comedy because that's how I navigate and make sense of the world, you know? But I thought this was an opportunity to be very raw and genuine and just speak about things that I'm really passionate about. And well, initially it wasn't that. It was just like for me to vent and be, pretty raw. So I went into the auditions with a piece that was pretty boy, it was the anti-motivational speaker. Like, I am not your motivational speaker. My life, people just look at you and be like, oh, look how bad Kevin life is. He's so inspiring. Look how much things wrong with Kevin. Look how much things wrong with Kevin.
And he's still making it happen,
People always do that to you. So I wanted to take it from a different angle, and it was a heavy piece, but it resonated with people there. And so then I got into the semis, and for the semis were put off for quite a while because of COVID. by the time the semis came, we were dealing with the whole Black Lives, the local Black Lives. We were dealing with George Floyd, and we were dealing with like all kind of different racial things, Black Lives Matter, them kind of things. So by then, I definitely wanted to touch on a topic. So I used the whole marginalized Black male youth, and I did a piece called Hunted based on that. And then for the finals, well, I just went all in. I be my soul. I just put my soul in it. So I didn't know if I think I would like never run for the money.
You laid it out on the altar. You laid it all on the altar.
I think watching it was a kind of out of body experience. Seeing myself doing this thing, looking at myself on television or on whatever device, and seeing like in my eyes how passionate I am about this thing. Like I'm like this fella passionate about this, and for somebody, people always think as being sarcastic or cynical kind of person. That's my personality, pretty dry. Nobody ever see me as an emotional person, a sensitive person. To see that part of me, it was kind of like it was me realizing, something else that I have inside of me, So it was definitely.
So is it something that you think you are going to continue doing, or this is just when I get the vibe for something, I could try it. You know what I mean?
Right. So I discovered I could do this, and yes, I definitely think I will do it again. I'm a person, I kind of do things pretty organically. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but I always go kind of how I feel, so everything
for me, it has to be genuine. I not forcing anything.
When I feel like I have a message, I definitely think I would. I wouldn't try to sit down and be like, okay, I want to, and I know that's a lot of how poets do this. A lot of poets enter this and they say, okay, I want to have a real bad piece. And a real bad piece does have so much metaphors, this amount of simile, this amount of internal rhyme, and I go put it together and I go make them ball. I didn't do like that. I actually, from all my pieces, first of all, nobody ever heard them before I did them on stage. I did them right here where I'm sitting on my bed. Sitting down here, and I would just work out the piece, and it would just flow. There was no rewriting anything. It was only after when I hear people doing interviews, the winner and stuff, they say, they rewriting this for months, and they had their friends listen to it, and they have a team. Of course, it just me sit down here, and I was like, listen, this is how I'm feeling, learn it, and I went. So definitely I have a whole respect for what they do and stuff like that, and I'll do it again. But once the passion, once I have that conviction to do it. Yeah.
But I must commend you, Kevin, because a lot of people not even willing to try something else, boy. I a comic, so I telling jokes, you know what I mean? But the flexibility in your own personality, or I would say in the confidence in yourself, then to say, you know what, I might be the best in this field, but I think I could at least give it a shot. And still, round of applause to you, bro, for even trying, because I'm not going and tell no poem unless it's some funny poem, you know what I mean? For me to say a poem, it really had to be that I telling my wife a love story or some kind of thing,
I'm a kind of person. I don't know if you like that as well, but I don't like to. I'm not like a competitive person, but I would go to things that I know I will succeed in, and this was something I didn't know if I'd succeed in at all. I don't like to lose, but I know.
Yeah,
I don't like to lose. I'm not a loser. I don't lose nothing. This is the first time I come in. So I don't like to lose. But it was a great experience. I won't change that.
All right. So the first question, and this is one that asks Scarlett what she would have want to ask or to find out from Kevin, right? If she was to ask, right? So this is the thing that she came up with, right? It's a pretty straightforward thing. Okay. If you are explaining what you are or describing yourself to somebody who don't know you at all, what would be the 3 main things that you tell them about yourself? 3 things about yourself that would be the first 3 things you think about if you're describing yourself to somebody that never met you. 3 things.
3 traits.
3 things about yourself. It could be a trait. It could be by this 3rd leg. It could be anything you want to. Anything you think.
That is public knowledge. Yes, that is public knowledge already. So that's like everybody know that already. I think. Of course, listen. At this point in time, because it's 20, I haven't done this before. I'm doing this because it's 2020, and I be coming on new me. And I really had to become more confident. Listen, I'm talented. I'm friggin' talented. I'm talented. I
Yes.
say that. So one
Yes.
for one, talented.
Yes, for
Right?
sure.
I'd say funny. And creative, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it's an on the spot thing. I don't know, Colette. What you want to know about me, Colette? I don't know. But yeah, there'll be some stuff I would say, yeah.
So talented, funny, and creative.
Big up Daniel, big up James. James, big up yourself, boy.
Yeah, so Daniel is my good brother.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Hey, look 40 in the house.
Green board, yeah.
Yeah, so as we were talking about our
Marissa.
upbringing, right? And
Yes.
how similar I believe our upbringings were. And this is just from me listening to you speak over the years, right? So I could tell mine and then you could probably tell yours too, and we'll see how well our stories collide, right? So mom and dad very strong in church. They met very young. I think she was like 18 or 19 when they met. They quickly got married, to quench the fire, not to let the fire burn them. But they did get married. They were married for 3 years, exactly. My dad how to say this in a polite way?
I don't know.
So, my father left when I was a couple months old. He left our family. He didn't leave the country yet, but he did eventually leave the country. All right. So we grew up with my mom, my brother, and myself. For the first, I would say half of my childhood, we were living by an aunt's home. So we had one room in the house, and the three of us used to live there. When we got a little older, we ended up going back to our my grandparents, to my mom's dad home, to the family home, and we had kind of like half the house downstairs. But still, that was like one bedroom that we had to share, but it had a kitchen and living room area, but one bedroom. Because it's still something like a studio apartment downstairs,
Yeah.
the house. So that is where we grew up, until my mom remarried. My mother is a real strong Christian woman, and after believing that you were getting married, and that you probably meet the one, you know what I mean, and that person break your heart, the next person for a woman like that had to come real good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it took my mother around 10 years to even let this guy in. And I'm telling you that this guy has been around probably a few years after my father left. That guy, and I will call his name Ricardo Searles. He is deceased now, but rest in peace to you. But he is the guy that raised me. He's the guy that was so much of a father in my life that he cut my tail. It wasn't like I'm a stepfather. That was my father. You know what I mean? It's not that he had no set of money. It's not that it's just the personality that he had. He was able to pass on some life lessons. That kinda, I wouldn't say kinda, but did help me and Kieran a lot. Kieran would admit it now, even though they used to fight plenty.
Wow.
But yeah, growing up, I wasn't always the outspoken one. As I said, right, my brother Kieran Ramsey was always the the one out in the front. If people know me from back then, I was always wily and was always funny. If I good with you and we talking, we good and we laughing and we jonesing. But to say you could get me to go up on stage and do something, you had to be mad. I not done that. I not on the show thing. I have never been. I wasn't the person to be up in front and to be pushy. That wasn't me at all. I think it started to change for me. I don't know. I would say around when I started doing my videos. So it would be about 7 years now. I started doing videos, right? 7 or 8 years. And when I noticed, hey, people actually like your stuff on Kess. And it's like, so you post a video on it. For probably like the first year, I got one viral video and everything else flopped. No. and just the feeling I get in a video that crossed 100,000 views, dog. I was feeling like $1 million. I was feeling like, boy, I shouldn't be walking down high street. People go try to rob me. All these views I have.
Wow.
But I think that is where it started to grow. It's not that I didn't have self-confidence when it came to like speaking to people one-on-one, or even in a situation where I'm probably approaching a female or a girl that I like or something. I always had the confidence to do those things. But when it came to going on stage to do something, that wasn't natural to me. It grew after a while. So that was the story. I kind of stepped away. I wouldn't say I fully step away, but I kind of what the Christian people will call a backslide. Yes, you know the terminology. I know
the terminology quite well. I'm quite familiar. Yes.
So I would say for sure the later part of my secondary school years, till some years after, probably like a couple years after, I could for sure say that I wasn't really a Christian. You know what I mean? It's like I go to church, mommy want me to come to church, so I go in. But yeah, I really wasn't following the will of the Lord. But I think I personally made a decision to get closer with God. That was a personal choice of mine, and that was, I can't remember the exact year, but it was probably around 2011, somewhere there. And yeah, since then to now, well, so look at how God is good, Kevin. Mm-hmm. So I made that decision in 2011. I made that decision. Fonet, Bigfoot is asking if this fella is related to Kieran.
Yes.
Hi,
yes,
Fonet.
yes.
I am Kieran's little brother. Hi.
So I like to let you know one time, please try and
my
don't
name
front
is
up
Kieran
too much.
Ramsey. What's that?
Don't try and don't front up too much with Vonet. I'm very possessive when it comes to Vonet, so I like it to say good night, but try to be much enough, because I see Kieran get this bad habit now. He feel them his friend. It's not no friend. Vonet Bigfoot have enough friends. I am a friend. Okay, I am a friend. You need no more
Kevin,
friend.
I apologize, bro. I apologize. Good night to you.
Please, and tell Kieran to let's see Vonet.
You're extremely talented.
No, let's see Vonet. But play don't sushi for me, please. Try and do sushi.
Talk to Kieran now. Talk to Kieran. Are you okay now? Are you okay with greetings and salutations?
Yes,
I'm okay. Miss Bonnet, it was nice.
Like she post a picture. I put a comment on the picture. Kieran there already. What you doing there? She can't write a status. He there already.
So here what? I am Kess.
Mm-hmm.
You're quarreling like if you're talking to Kieran.
No, because no. Peter pay for Paul and use a Ramsey too. Talk to your brother for me, please. I beg you, I don't want no trouble.
You know when you're commenting all on the Toya pics. He doesn't tell you nothing.
He have no problem me commenting on a Toya pics, right? Toya is the people, girl. He is the people, their man. That is how they, right? We understand that. When a big fan is not for the people, her voice is for the people. Her music is for the people. Her talent is for the people.
I want to get
Nothing
the confirmation from Vonette.
No.
I want to get.
No, she don't need to confirm nothing.
No confirmation from.
Leave Vonette alone. Play, don't see she. See she. All she comment. Don't see she comments again. Don't see nothing else, right? Yeah.
All right, brother. All right. So yes, where was I? Yes, I was sliding backwards.
You're saying that for me. Tell me, you get saved in 2011.
Get saved in 2011. I met Colette, my wife, in 2012, dog.
You're talking about you alone can get wife.
It had to be God. It had to be God. I'm just saying, it had to, you know.
I'm not hungry for wife, you know. It will come in time. I'm starving. I'm okay.
So yes, that is the story. So now I've been married now 4 years. So that at that point is where our stories split, I think.
Yes.
Me and Colette.
You would be the perfect child for my mother. You have my mother so happy, yeah? My mother would be if they giving out trend and she seen your mother holding you.
Pick me.
She have been
Yeah, we could switch.
Yeah, she might feel so. Use what she want. And this is what she get her clone. Listen,
but I tell you, bro, my mom is very proud of you. I just then, you know, when you were doing the poetry slam, she used to tune in and make sure she watch and thing, and she used to message like Kevin do real good tonight and thing.
Love that. I love that.
Yeah, so now Colette and I have been married going on 5 years. Next March will be 5 years, and we are together 10 years now. You know what I mean? So
the president qualify medal for that? Anything? Good? Anything?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, okay. I get the call. Just I was sleeping and I missed the call.
Okay, whenever you get your prize, being together 10 years, please let me know. Please let me see this trophy when I get the order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. When she call you and annul it, you give me that, let me see it, right? Because only together 10 years, right? Okay, cool.
So let me get your story, Kevin.
Listen, I wouldn't think it out so long. I know the people them listening to plenty, but I was, as far as my childhood
and Kevin, I want to hear.
My mom had 5 kids, right? She had 5, was 3 boys and then 2 girls. As far as my father's story, listen. My father wasn't in my life. My mom and my dad met. My mom was working Dollar Rescue, whatever that is. Dollar Rescue, she's working there. He came to fix the AC. He might be pelt a tackle. He get through. My mom is a very beautiful woman. She has always been a beautiful woman. I don't blame him. And they, you know, they had their little trials and tribulations, but very early on, by the time I pop out, he was ready to bust out. So, I didn't really have him around growing up. I do have intervals of remembering him coming and visiting, seeing me in the earlys. And I always remember him because he would smell like strong alcohol. And so whenever, yes, I have this, I don't know what you call it, but whenever, listen up to this day, whenever I'm around somebody with strong alcohol on their breath, my brain says daddy. For some reason. So I remember going to school, and sometimes it's been primary school or secondary school, going to school and smelling somebody in the car like that and looking wrong, like, you know, when he maxi, because you're thinking it's daddy. That, and he would smoke, and he had a white truck with the tray in the back. So the few times he picked me up, he'll come, he'll put me in the truck, me and my big brother Dominic, and you sit in the truck and you go, let's go. And you drive, go somewhere. He disappeared for muchever long after that, years or however long. And you know, when I got older, going to secondary school and stuff, I'd be walking through town and I'd see him sometimes, and whenever I see him, he always give me the, what shucks, man, why do, wait, boy, always pat him when you see me. You know, he'll tell me I come back and meet him here tomorrow, you have a little change for me and thing.
But that's one thing why I glad my father wasn't here, no. I glad he was in the States.
He set up thing? Yeah, my father set me up. And I think that's where I got this, partially where I got an attitude of not like wanting anything from people and being very, don't tell me what you go do for me, what you have for me, I good. But, so yeah, I remember waiting my tongue center one, my mother pulling me away, Kevin, we had to go home. It's 6 o'clock now, your father say he coming 4 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock now, and it's like, he might be coming already and he see you, and that's why he leave, and thing, little child, like, you know, blaming my mother. But yeah, so that was my dad's story, but I would have loved to know more about what was going on with him at that point in time, because he had other kids, which we didn't know. and he passed away a little while ago and stuff like that. So I didn't really get to hear his side of the story. But of course, he would have a side of the story, and I know I don't have any ill will about that. I had my big brother there who definitely played a father figure. My grandfather was a father figure, and we as kids, because we grew up, with a single mom and a single mom who was very much occupied, we were responsible for each other and ourselves a lot. So you learn a lot of responsibility, and I wasn't. So you say you were like a wild child. I wasn't the wild child. I was a very quiet child. I mean, I'll do some wildness because I had brothers. I had the most boy days. Like, thankfully, the brothers I had, the neighbors we had, I could say no. So even if all they see me say, no, God, look how Kevin dragging across the floor with them crutches and them, oh God, I'm sorry. Trust me, I swing from everything, I climb everything, I pick everything, I do all the things. So we used to take board and skate downhill. One side of rollerblades and go in the highway. We go in on skateboard with 3 fellas. I play all the football, I play all the everything, so not to say that is enough, but I had a lot of that, So yeah, a full childhood, but I wasn't really a child of people, except for in school. Like when I was in school, in primary school, some of the teachers that I had, Miss Driggs, Mr. Forbes, they pulled me out and they said, okay, we were here to do poetry, we were here to do calypso, we were here to do whatever in school, because I play recorder, different things like that, And they put me to do these things and like selling them.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was because I was a good child. Out of all the primary school training, I was just a real good child. Like I was just a quiet and good child. And
so that's why you thought they pushed you that way.
Go and do poem and stuff, and I'll go and do it. Yes, whatever Miss say, I'll go and do. So I was doing poems about my daddy. I had this one poem I was notorious for, my daddy, about my daddy, and my daddy just drives so good. This woman was, I don't know where the poem is. I don't know if it's a Paul Keens Douglas or something. I would love to find back that poem, but basically, as past the poem, my daddy was driving and he hit this woman with a bucket of milk on her head. She spin up in the air, flip 3 times, drop back, and not one drop of milk fall. And the audience go, ah!
I heard that one already.
So the cleaners, the teachers, everybody will call me my daddy in school. That's only really performing, and then I'll be behind my brother whenever he's singing and stuff like that, because Dominic Soyer was the singer, he's singer. Listen, singing, the scanting, the everything. He was the Mr. Talent, and I don't think I really had ambitions of being in the forefront ever. I was very, very, and even to this day, I'm a very behind the scenes person. I like to be behind the scenes. I love supporting and pushing people. I really are like a big fan of people and stuff like that. So it's very easy for me to kind of slip behind. But in secondary school made it even easier because I just really slipped behind in secondary school. But something about after secondary school and beginning to find myself as a young adult, that's where I kind of find the funny and find the creative aspects and became and so I'll find myself, and also out of you find out a need to a necessity, because there were times when things were really bad for us financially with my mom and stuff. We had no television, we had no nothing, you had to entertain yourself, and then I would find myself as a young fella writing plays, writing stuff, and had nothing else to do, so I reading them back out from my mom and them and my sisters, and they say, now listen to it, and I do know the voices. So I would write these things so I could perform it for them, and I want to finish the next 2 pages because I want to hear the rest of this, So I become that. So it creatively came out of necessity just for myself, to keep myself occupied and stuff like that, as well as the entertainment within the home and stuff like that. And from then on, I really discovered more things I could do. I always thought it would have been music. I wasn't the best singer, I'm still the best singer, but I still write all the time. That's a major way of how I express myself. Before poetry, honestly, music was the way I would express myself sincerely.
I heard you say that before.
The things I've written have a lot of what I'm feeling and stuff like that, And I went into UE, and there's where I was introduced to theater. I really wish. I'm envious of people now when I see people who were thrown into Best Village and thrown into all these artistic things. Who
early
had
in
these,
life.
Like our life was a lot of our life was just about sustenance. My mom was trying to feed us, and I commend her for that, and all props to her for that. Just didn't come from that life where somebody could put us in this and put us in that and put us in the Kess to see calypso and old yard and pan and these things that now that when I get exposed to it, I'm hungry, I'm grabbing it up because I didn't have it before, So we are such a rich culture, and it's not to sound bitter or to sound like if I'm ungrateful, but we were very much drenched into church. My mother, gave us all the spiritual backing she could give us, because that's what she knew and that's what she had to give us. And you know, I'm grateful for what she could. That's what she had. That's what she had to offer. So I grew up in church, a lot of church, and I always love worship and that kind of thing. I love those things. Me and church we kind of part ways a bit for the time being, because there's some discrepancies. So but yeah, we were in church and yeah, just during life on a whole, like we faced a lot. So my life, as far as you say, you live this place and you live, like, we move everywhere. I can't go into all the places we move and how we move, many situations, but the kind of things I've experienced in my life before, being differently able and things like that, like I had been through so many things before that. So this is just one of the things, but my life was not short of things that mightn't seem that significant to other people, but like for me as a child and stuff like that, it really impacted the person that I am. Like for instance, like I always grew up with my siblings. I always grew up with my siblings. We always are around each other and that kind of thing. And then it came to a point where my mom couldn't keep us. She couldn't keep us and take care of us, you know. And so there was this one morning we were living all together. My mom would always wake us up for family prayer. Family prayer is 6 o'clock. All of us pray, and so it wake us up by letting us sing. We wanted to sing and we wanted to clap. We wanted to, like my big brother and my little brother, them want to play tambourine. You know, you get a bam 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 bam. Because we want to sing. My mother's always a singer, so she could sing, she could dance. She was all these things in church, you know. So family prayer is Dominic getting to sing, I getting to sing because we could sing, you know. And Christian, my little brother, he getting to beat because he want to beat something. And then she want to do the part that she read the Bible, and we knock out. We knock out our life,
for sure.
Right? So there's one eventful time she's doing this now. She informs us that, listen, it's come to the point where now we had a breakup as a family. We not going to be together anymore. And let me tell you, I had to be 9 or 8 or something. So I was young, maybe 10, I don't know. Maybe 9 or 8 or something. So so it was young. I remember it very vividly. And you know, while we all tearful and like have all these questions, what's gonna happen? She said we're gonna sing something. Now, and there's a song she sings. I don't know if you ever heard the song. The song, we be together again.
Yeah.
Just praising the Lord. Listen, I bawl my eyes out. I do not like that. Listen, I hear that song to this day. Listen to me. You can't sing that song around me, you know. We be together again.
And that's a happy, jolly song, boy.
Something good is gonna happen. And we finally sing this thing. Something good is in store. We be together again. And I find all my sisters going with their aunt and my brother going by his father and my other brother going this place, and I go by my grandparents. And traumatic. But we've been through things like that, and now, you know, we've been through a lot. And we, you know, everybody, I guess we've been together again, and great things have happened since, you know. But yeah.
See, mommy didn't lie. Mommy a lie. Mommy lie, bro.
Mommy a lie, you know.
So
but yeah,
I think
I had a lot of experiences in my life that really impacted, I think, how I am and how I navigate the world and see the world and that kind of thing, you know.
Well, bro, I could say that we probably would have got split up too, if not for our grandparents taking us back in. You know what I mean? Because we actually, the place that we lived was actually our kitchen cub. It was our kitchen cub downstairs, the house. And we had to clean out bird tutu and chicken mess and wood chips. What they call it again? I forget the proper name they call it. But you know the sawdust from on the ground. We had to clean out all of that to get somewhere to live. You know what I mean? So hardships was something that was common to us. My mom, she is not that she didn't have the option to get a job that would have her out more and probably be able to provide more, right? But one thing I would always be thankful for, yes, we didn't have all the money, but when it came to her being around, she chose a profession that she could have been at home with us in the evening and on holidays. So she got into preschool teaching, right?
Oh, sorry, I apologize. So a flavor, right?
She got into preschool, right? And so as a preschool teacher, of course, when preschool finished 2:30, she headed home so that she could be home with her boys when they come home from school. And holidays, school vacation, she home as well, right? It's not the highest paying job because a preschool teacher not getting paid like a government teacher, a government school teacher. During the holidays, I'm still getting paid and thing. No, they have nothing like that for private preschools. So it's only after her working for people for years in their kindergarten that she actually went and did the early education course in UTT and was able to start her own preschool. And I think that is where we started to get a shift in finances at that point. You know what I mean? When it is that she started her own business.
And Nintendo 64, yes.
Nah, bro. It didn't have that. She was still very responsible with the money. But we grew up with hand-me-down things all the time. It was
my brother, thanks to Dominic, I had clothes on my back. My brother used to get stuff from his father. His father lived in the States. So Dominic was a barrel child, semi-barrel child. So Dominic could get things from his father. And I just had to wait eagerly. Well, not eagerly, but eventually was coming. Whatever Dominic had, eventually would come down to me and it will be mine. I think I had I never really went in a store and buy anything until, I never had to. I get Dominic things. And then, my grandmother eventually, I think was the first person to carry me shopping and I buy a white 3/4. You're now getting to buy clothes, you buy a white 3/4 horse. But anyway, I buy a white 3/4 pants and some kind of jersey and some kind of, granny carry and link way up and thing, boy.
Bro, you know what I used to look forward to? Going back to school, I had a godparent. This is the one godparent that I will say that really made an effort to be in my life, right? Kurt Regis, yo, Uncle Kurt, big up yourself, I love you plenty. But every only the first term for September. So that should have to last year. Come on. But he used to come and say, Kess, I can't need to buy your school shoes. And yo, it didn't matter. He used to let me pick a shoe. And I, to this day, I'm real thankful to that man. He was the first person that was like, yo, Kess, you need to save some money and stuff. He carried me to Republic Bank, Gulf View, when it was inside the mall. If people know South, the Gulf branch of Republic Bank was inside the mall first. I remember him carrying me and making a Right Start account. And you understand, I feel like a big man now with a...
Uncle Kurt was for Uncle Kurt. Uncle Kurt was for me, boy, because I was wearing Dominic shoes, I was wearing Chilling shoes. I had boots that used to burn I had crutches before I get paralyzed, because of them boots. The boots used to have my toes like this, all probably form 3 and 4. Listen, Uncle Kurt was for me, boy.
Listen, it's not that I had access to the money that was in the account, eh? I think it was like 500 he had put in the account, right? I didn't have access to it until I was 18.
That's Republic Bank?
Yeah, the Right Start account.
Yeah, interest rate. That 500 today might be $502, you never know.
Bro, here what I telling you. By the time I was able to go to the bank when I was ready for a job and needed the bank account, it had minus $20 or something. I had to give them $20 to get back the account because of the fees. I telling you.
Wow.
I'm telling you, bro. So that $500.
That was not the Right Start.
That was not the Right Start at all. You understand? Them do the one, but I feeling big because mail coming home to me in my name. You know what I mean? Look, I have a letter. I have a letter, look. And I feeling big to see minus something in it. That real upset me. But Republic Bank, I need to make a better account than that. I think
I went and do NIS, I went and do my bank account. I think I had to go and do OJT, so I just went and do these things by myself.
You see what somebody saying that I want to pay money by DSS. Yeah, boy. Kevin, all they had
food.
Our TV was a big back, of course, black and white.
Oh, you had a TV.
With the
Must be
knob,
nice.
we was the remote, the children was the remote. Go and change the channel. That is what we had. And this is, I'm talking about, we had that TV when people started to get flat screens. We had one of those.
Wow.
You know when did it start? When they started making the big box and them a little smaller and make it flat, kinda. It used to look kinda flat.
Yeah. The screen get flatter.
The screen was flatter. Yeah, people had those. Our neighbor had some money. They had one, you know, the I don't know if you ever saw, but the big box that used to be from the ground.
For sure.
Tall like a person, and the stick to the bottom and thing. They had one of those. You know what I mean? So we used to sneak across to go by the neighbor to watch TV on a colored.
Now we definitely had. So we had television and stuff. Yeah, but I also had a little brother. And so the two things did not complement each other. Christian like to dig up in everything. So the times when we do get a TV, that little boy would find a way to mash up that TV. Like everything else. Today now, he could fix any car, open anything, AC, whatever. But at the point in time, we didn't like that he digging up in things and mashing up
things. You know, I was like that, I was like that digging up. But I didn't used to mash up things. Most times I would put it back together. Most times, one or two screws might be still outside, but it used to work most times.
Well, you can't say the same for the live stream tonight, but listen, that's not the point. It's not the point. It's okay. We're not talking about that. You know, it's what it is.
So you was talking about food, right? Here's when I realized, boy, we really had some hard times growing up, right? So Colette and I come from very different backgrounds, right? Especially when it comes to finances. We married now, boy, and
for those on the line, her name is Colette Sabga. So you just want to understand.
No, not Sabga at all.
Abu.
I wish it was one of those names. But we making some dinner or something. She was making some dinner, and I see she sit down and fry 6 eggs. And I was like, "You're frying 6 eggs for me and you alone? 6 eggs, you know? Why you want all that egg?" She said, but this is just a normal amount of egg. And she confused as to how I could eat less than this in a serving.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am baffled because I know me, Kieran, and Mommy on a night used to go down by the parlor and buy a butter bread, one of them junior bread. You know the thing? And a Vienna sausage.
Mm-hmm.
And 1 egg.
No.
One
Stop.
egg.
Hold on. Stop. Nah.
You cut up the Vienna sausage and you fry it up with that 1
Dominic,
egg.
comment please, because I confused. Dominic, we never know 1 egg, right? I don't think so. I don't think so it's bad, but it's best we do buy no egg. It's best we do buy no egg, give me 1 egg.
No, you want a hint of egg, though. You want a hint of egg.
That's a smidge of egg.
You see like how you can throw salt on something just for the taste? Yeah, a little hint of egg.
I find mama guy, you know. Mommy, don't papi show me.
Bro.
Don't do that.
Bro.
Eat me and sausage alone.
No, I ain't saying that was every night, but
but we eat like with butter bread with butter bread with butter. Half a butter and is it? Only half a butter thing.
Yeah. You eat rice and butter. Rice and butter, just so.
Yeah, don't we say we used to buy cheese and thing. We ain't going to that 1 egg. Nah.
Here what I'm telling you, it's not that that used to happen all the time. But if it come down to this is what we have, this have to last the rest of the week money wise. Yeah, we have to eat a Vienna sausage.
Nah, man, we could have buy the butter bread, buy the Vienna sausage and buy like 2 chairs and all share them chairs and feel nice. Mommy guy all with that 1 egg. I do like that at all, and I will talk to you because I don't like mommy. We will have a conversation about this. I don't like your behavior. You should be have you know what I'm saying? Mommy like egg. She like egg. She wanted that.
She wanted the taste of the egg, I feel so.
She had no right. And only gonna take all the hot gas to boil one. Only wicked boy, nah. Only taking all the hot gas to listen. Nah.
Listen. I used to be grateful for the little taste of egg, dog.
Yes, nah.
The only egg you was getting was the egg that was stuck to a piece of Vienna sausage, you know. It's not like you could have
Mr. Man, they could have buy cheese or they cut out that Vienna sausage and the egg, buy cheese alone, and they grate that cheese and
Yeah, but
spread
oh
that cheese
God,
for everybody.
how much days you can eat cheese by? So one day you eat cheese, the next day you eat a Vienna sausage and a egg taste. You know what I mean? You have to switch it up. You have
Nah,
to switch it up, man.
that is
You
something.
can't
That is
eat cheese
something. Sorry,
alone
but we
right
talk
through.
about how much days they can eat cheese all the days. So you talking about every day? Because I'm all Vienna sausages is nastiness. So I didn't even bother with that again.
Vienna sausage was, I think, $2 was for the tin, and an egg was 50 cents, though.
Hey, we
And
buying
have
$3
that?
in cheese and everybody eating.
Hey, I don't know
You're
if
grating that cheese and everybody eating. And it might be still that cheese for people to go and bite after. 2 little teeth mark from me or Dominic or Christian. So I know you're talking more about that one egg.
oh
Up to
boy.
now, frying all those eggs just hurt me. Now, but today, I don't eat egg often, but if I'm eating egg, I eating 3 eggs. And I eating less than that now. Today.
Nah, it's we had some difficult times growing up.
I wouldn't go into competition for who eats what and what. I tell you for sure, we definitely win that competition. We went through some things, boys. So I wouldn't boast about that on the fake.
Nah, that splitting up, I think is a real difficult situation for a child to go through.
Yeah.
I real grateful to my grandparents for taking us in the
and my grandparents were there heavy like supporters and helpers of us, like they were always there. In fact, they lived close to us for a major part of my life, so they were always in shouting distance, you know. So when Dominic beating me mercilessly inside, I'm sorry, he didn't understand that this live was actually an intervention to talk about how he used to beat me up. So, but the thing with I used to have I had a mouth on me. So I tell him all kind of thing, yeah, this and that and whatever, and he would take it little bit, and then when he fed up now, goop. And when he hit me, goop. I buy the railing. Grandpa! So we doing that. We doing that if we hungry. We doing that if we want to come and watch TV. All the things we used to have them there, and there was close to us for majority of the time, and so they always used to provide. You know, you go buy them now. But I think my grandmother, when we were kids especially, she had 2 dogs, Cuddles and Christy, that she loved more than everybody else in the world. Cuddles and Christy used to wake up in the morning, listen to me, she hold them dog like baby, and feed them porridge, freshly made porridge in the mouth, right? With spoon. So they eat the porridge. Lunchtime, listen, these dogs and them eating whatever treat and thing have, and then dinner, these dogs and them eating Royal Castle, not KFC. Royal Castle, night after night, flavor to the bone. And we used to sit down and watch them eat Royal Castle while we eating hot dog.
What you saying?
Whatever else. My grandmother, them dog had to eat a porridge and a Royal Castle every day, and they're drinking Coke. Not Coke, Pepsi. I think Dominic could correct me, Pepsi or Coke. One of them. Yeah, my grandmother, them dogs live like. So we used to go there and we used to eat, little hot dog and thing, watch a little movies, little whatever. Yeah, boy.
So let me ask you this.
Sculpture. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Because I could see what it is for me, right? But growing up, was like a disappointing thing that you did for your mom, right? Because for me, tell your mom then. Tell your mom. Like, what was the most disappointing thing she had about you? For me is at Christmas, boy. Mommy save up, and like put together basically a gift box. It was she took a box and she over the span of some months she bought little toys, to make it something. So it was a lot of little toys in this thing. That same my father catch a vaps and send a letter and a Super Nintendo for me. Well, boy, all I talk about was that Super Nintendo. He says Coke, not Pepsi.
Yeah, I see it.
All I talk about, anytime somebody asks me, Kess, what you get for Christmas? Well, Daddy sent a Super Nintendo. Mommy could have felt with that thing, dog. She could have felt it way. I'm telling you. And that bother she for years after she tell me that hurt, Hurt, dog.
I don't think I had like a one specific thing with my mom like that. Like the only one specific with all she tried. Listen, this might be TMI for the thing, but my mother wanted us to all be chaste and be whole, and to know that a trend didn't stay, pure, is what I think my mother most disappointed with. To be honest, but apart from that, I can't think of one single thing.
Hey, but I crazy, Kieran is always say that, right? Me and my mom had a real good talking relationship. We used to talk plenty, right? We used to talk plenty. And when it happened, I came home and tell mommy.
Yeah, tell me that already, because you're a man. But I have a sibling, I have an unnamed sibling who do the same thing, so it's okay.
She said, Kess, what you say?
Yes.
I say yes, mommy. I had sex. I had the sex. And she sit down on the bed. She sit down. And she watch me. She said, Kess, you being for real or you playing? I say, I'm being for real, mommy. It happened like a week ago, and I just wanted, I couldn't lie to you, and I didn't want that you come and you ask me and I had to lie. So I tell you.
Something you don't need to go and carry them, but I guess something they just don't need to.
Bruh, she
and what standard was in your tell me?
Nah, don't matter.
What standard was in your tell me? You tell me already what standard you.
Don't matter.
For some weird reason, my mother tried to put me there.
Some weird reason?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I feel Dominic telling she calling up. Yeah, Kevin. So that way it was for you? That's it?
From your life, please. Yeah.
So Kevin, what's your honest thoughts on marriage? Like, would you get married? Or yeah, let me do that first. What's your honest opinion on marriage? Yeah, hit me.
I am from observing marriage. I think I see it weird because sometimes I see marriage as a concept that really forced, and I don't know, like sometimes I doesn't buy it. But then I have certain couples that I see where it works so well and I really admire it. It's like my big brother, for sure. When I see him, I'll be like, okay, obviously marriage legit. If I see you, marriage legit, you know? See Kira and that kind of thing. But I see a lot of other people where seriously it really don't look like that.
It don't look good. It don't look good for some people.
It look toxic. It look like you just want to own somebody, and it's a lot of manipulation, a lot of lying. Monogamy and the idea of monogamy, a lot of people not really actually that, you are that, because you just Kess Ramsey and you're just one of the best people in the world. But I know a lot of people who just, not really. So I don't know my thoughts on marriage, but I don't know. Like, I think at this point, for a while, I honestly would I say no, not at all. Like I like to hear about celebrities who does they can have long-term relationships.
Yeah.
And they don't need to really say, okay, we're getting married, but they so the bond there, and we, it's our decision kind of thing. So I have no problem with those kind of things. But I think as I get older and I look at it more, there is something about committing so much to somebody that you say, listen, I will, want to commit to you this much and have this union and everything. So my thoughts on it always developing, it always evolving. So I really don't know at this point. I was much more cynical about it before, so I don't know. Going forward, I might soften up to the idea a little bit. I don't know.
What I think will happen, Kevin, is if the right young lady comes into your life, that's where your mind would probably change, because that was the same thing for me. I used to tell myself I wasn't gonna get married until probably 30 something, 40. That was.
I think 45 is a good age, yes.
That was my mindset. I say, boy, up in them 40s though, I gonna play myself until then. You know what I mean? That was the mentality I had. But I think when you really meet somebody that actually make you think about your life and like what you're really doing, and what make you see what really important is not just being wild and free, but having the choice, having the option of doing that, and still saying, I want to live my life with this person and live life with this person. Because for me, marriage is not just, hey, we married, but it's like every decision, everything is something that we do together. We I just hear sometimes people talking, like married couples talking, and they'll be like, well, this is my money, and what you do with your money is thing, and two of them married, but your wife don't know how much money you just make, and you don't know how much money she just make, and they never see somebody, your wife, your spouse, pay slip and thing, and I can't touch my wife's phone, she don't want me in, and I don't want she in my phone. I feel like if you reach the point where you say, boy, I'm gonna marry this person, and going in front of church or mosque or wherever you're going and confess your love to this person, like, why limit it? I feel like having that kind of mentality going into marriage is what does cause a lot of the problems. If you're still trying to be selfish going into a marriage, the only thing you will be pleasing is yourself and not your spouse, you and your spouse together as a couple, and that is what will happen, and only downfall could come with doing that.
True. So then I guess just bug me a little bit. Like, I don't understand, like, how you're supposed to know you wouldn't fit in a marriage with this person if you never live with them, because that's a lot of what the church promotes, right? You're not supposed to live with anybody until you're married to them and stuff. But to me, as I always see and experience, come see me, come live with me, it's two different things. So how it is now, you're supposed to have that.
I wouldn't say it's two totally different.
And that's why they say 50% of marriages end with divorce. Like,
no, I think it's actually a higher number than that right now. But it's a wrong half. It's a wrong half. But
you see what you're saying?
You have to hold them first to know if you love them. Yeah. What's the thing you say? Wow, Jovel make me lost my train of thought there. Right. See me. Right. So, as I say, Colette and I were together.
Yo, they were together for a while before.
For 5 years,
we
were together. I would say out of those 5 years, 3 years were serious on my part. She was serious from the jump. But I think for me, the last 3 years were where I said, let me settle down and, really try to focus on the relationship. Kyle Phillip, yes, I used to go to your cadet, okay? Yeah, cool. So the last 3 years of that 5 is where I really settled down. And you are a player then Kessie. No, sir.
That is our boss and our manager, Mr. JVL Jr. Yes. The biggest money man in Trinidad and Tobago when it comes to comedy and entertainment, soca, everything.
The comedy CSS. He's the CSS owner.
Real money.
Not DSS, CSS, the comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think with being together a lot, it comes down to the mindset by Kevin boy. Because if you have that mindset, boy, I go in and be on my best behavior, and when we really married, I'm gonna show you my true colors, you're going to have problems. You're going to have problems for sure. Because a lot of people is show and actors and actresses out here, Kevin. They're giving you the bestest at talk, they're putting on the best performance. Every time you go by them, they play spick and span, but they know that there's nasty. They know that they're nasty people.
Right.
Every time they come in and they're being extra careful, they come in and check in here. Kyle, I'm not gonna give you my number, bro. I'm real sorry about that. Alright, Kyle, have a good night. Right, small man, I'm not going to give you my number, Kyle. I apologize. Right? If you want, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not going to give you my number, Kyle.
So Kess, how come you're so rude to people? But let's talk about that. How come?
I'm not going to give anybody my number, Kevin. You have my number.
So why? Okay. So let's talk about this. What made they sort of feel like such a big celebrity that you don't have to,
I don't ever feel like that. I don't ever feel like that, Kevin. I am a very humble
I'm glad
person.
the Spirit of the Lord brought this topic. And for
I'm
talk
a
about
very
ego.
I'm a very
Your
humble
ego.
person, Kevin. Um,
I mean, are you? Because I just see a little bit of ego jump up there. I'm not too sure how I feel about it.
no, but why would you ask for my number on our live?
Because you're looking a little nice about.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah,
Let me give Kyle JaVale number though. I don't have it there. Look at Kyle has sent me a JaVale number. JaVale Junior Limo number by the
hey,
time it's done.
hey, let Carl and George jump on the live, bro.
Don't tell me
Big
that's
up
a lie.
yourself, Carlan. Big up
Where?
yourself, Carlan. I just see
Honestly,
Carlan. I just see Carlan name
okay,
pop
you
up
come
there.
on my side yet.
But yeah, I am. When it comes to marriage, bro, it really is a mindset thing that not just that you're going and make it work, but that you are going to do everything that you can do to make it work. Um, if it is that the other person don't have that same mentality, because a lot of times that happens, that somebody, one part of the partnership is the one that really holding the marriage together, that will not work too, because it's like all you're doing is training that person, right? But if the both of you carrying the weight of the marriage when it comes to the different aspects of it, because our marriage is not just because I remember a young fella talking in church and talking about marriage and saying, yeah, I just want to get married quick so that I could have sex. A marriage is not just about sex. A marriage is so much more than just a physical attraction to somebody. Because I'm telling you, I could promise you that color just feel to chop off my head some days. And I just probably feel to push you down the step and thing. But you wouldn't do it, of course. You wouldn't do it.
But I mean, I feel like, and no pun intended, but I feel like I'm not married to the idea of marriage just because all these are things that you could do without being married to somebody. Like, what is it about the institution of marriage? But I guess for you, obviously, I know about that because as you know, you have that spiritual aspect of you, so that obviously is definitely mandated. But people who
No.
outside of
So
that,
listen to me.
I just felt like I don't even, and the
All right.
majority do end in divorce and bitter divorces a lot of times and different things. So
I think
I don't know.
there's something special about being married when it comes to your relationship. I feel like and this is just my opinion. This is not nothing about the Bible or nothing about. This is just my opinion when it comes to marriage, right? I feel like our relationship that is truly, this is without even the government involvement in it. Even if for you to get married is that you just go by the church and they say you're married, right? Or you go by whoever and they say you're married. If it wasn't a legally binding document. I think it's a natural progression for a relationship past a certain point. Um, there are a lot of people that say, boy, we common law and we live in common law, and they last for years just like that. You know why they last that way? Because they have the mindset of the marriage. Or they in a position where they say, you know what, I could still jump out at any time, it's not really that serious. So they still act as though they're here, but they give themselves an escape hatch with just staying together like common law people, right?
And to me, that means a lot because there's nothing binding you there. You're not going to have to face any strain because you want to leave this thing. And also the same thing too with marriages. Marriage is not
In
one
Trinidad, you
dimensional.
still face a strain, eh? In Trinidad, it's
Okay,
lawful.
but like for you, like your marriage is pretty by the book, neat marriage. But there's people who married, yes, but the married and the marriage open. Or the married, yes, and did a swing. Or the married and the marriage was arranged. Or the married and the marriage was based on economic exchange. They was married off the web. Like have all kind of different versions of marriage. And it seemed like definitely for me, because I'm a kind of person like, okay, this is how I just look at things, and obviously there's not the same way a lot of people look at it, and you know, and this is why I wouldn't want to go into this topic too much. But like for me, obviously I begin to trace where the idea of marriage come from. How come the woman have to take misses? Why the woman identity have to diminish? How come women were given away? How come a man is not given away? How come the patriarch set it up in a certain way where, you know, this is to benefit men can have multiple wives in most societies. Women who not virgins and married could be beheaded in certain religions, or women don't get to get married if they're spoiled before, or women, like all these different things seem like it is set up by some men who wanted things in their favor quite some time ago.
So here why I say that in today's day and age, everything that you call there, even though it is valid, it kind of switched around now. Nowadays, men are not the ones that want to be married, mostly women. When it comes to marriage, nowadays, in today's day, is more a woman that would push to be married.
And there's a lot of commercialism as well.
Yes, of course.
Because the whole thing of being a bride has been commercialized since a girl is born. Why does a girl come into this world? You have a girl child, and immediately from birth, she's taught and read and shown this imagery of being a beautiful bride. Once you do everything right, you're a beautiful bride, and you'll get a prince, and you get a whatever. It is definitely sold to you a certain kind of way. Nobody do ever grow up telling me what kind of groom you're gonna be. You probably didn't know what suit you're gonna wear since about a week before the thing you figure out what suit you're gonna wear. And you wear it and it's wherever. You don't look at the suit, you don't hold the suit and rub it sometimes and sit down and cry over the suit. No, it's the bride. The bride is a whole, the bride. And I don't know. It just seemed, a lot of it seemed a very, So I was looking at the
weddings. So let's say weddings. Yeah. Weddings are a money-making thing. It has no doubt about that. No doubt about that. If I could do over my wedding today, bro, I would just go in church and but I wish COVID did happen the year I get married. I tell you.
Yeah, but talk to somebody but talk to like an older person who has been divorced and hear what they have thoughts on marriage, who have done marriage for 20, 30 years and what they have to say about marriage.
Yeah.
There's a weird thing where people who have married and married for 20, 30 years, they don't do it again. A lot of them don't try to do it again. They say, I'm not going to try. Some do.
They say they're cool.
But some really are like, you have like the Errol who go marry every single time. But like, you have others who are just like, I did that. I ain't doing it again.
I get old boy.
Yeah, but it's very weird. You bring on me on your show. I don't know nothing about marriage. You ask me about marriage. I think you ask me about something to do with the industry.
I asking you your thoughts on marriage. So we get it.
Right.
So you feel
big up everybody, big up Amala, big up Kyle, big up Eartha, Chrissy, everybody, Tamika, Princess, Melina, love you all.
You have to remember what the name of the show is, eh? So of course, Kevin, I have to ask you, children.
45.
45. With how much different?
40 or 45. I could do a college graduation at 60. I think I'll be nimble and up enough to do a college graduation at 60. And 60, I still have 5 years to work before I reach pension. So I think 40, 45. I have to live, Kess. I haven't gone no way. I haven't experienced what I want to experience. I can't. As what? No, I had this again. The same thing with marriage too. Like at the point in time where they asked me about trend, I'd be like, nah, I want to live my life because I had siblings my whole life. So it's like I can't imagine if right now I was talking to you and somebody come in and take an elbow in your face, move from my knee, move. I'm talking to Kess, please, I beg you, daddy, wait, think, no. But I think, but when I'm around kids and I get to work with kids, especially in like a mentorship capacity or something, like somebody do a little competition, something, and they're talking to them, or I've gone to orphanages before and spent the day a couple times. I've done it multiple orphanages and stuff. And when I go there, I just want to just like run away with one, like you just nothing. Hey, listen, hey, okay, in a parental way.
Call the hotline one.
Yes, Gary, he's man, right? But so there is a parental.
Open some different eyes, boy. When it's actually your child being a parent.
I tell people babies is a scam, because every time my brothers and them have a kid, or like when I saw your kid and stuff, when I see it finally child in your hand, you are powerless. Kess, you're powerless, you're trapped, and that is biology, that is genetics. Your brain made up in that way. So like for me, when I hold in my brother and them trend, I realize wait, I are instantly a imps, and all that matter in this world is taking care of this little life. And then they take them back, and I on my bed and I sprawl out, I watch my Netflix, and I good. So I know like okay, but I do feel like okay, maybe later in life, there will come a time where I think I might say, okay, yes, I want that and stuff. And it better, I think I prefer it be a little bit later than now. Not right now. A little more.
Yeah, for sure.
And I will need help. I need to be financially set in a way that I can have help. So I can be like, take this child and put them in.
Javel, you hear any man, eh? Make sure you set up the man.
Yeah, Javel, link my money for me, please. Link my money for me, please. You know, I need to have this out. How you running behind Trent at 45? Amala, how are running behind them now? Baby girl. Let me talk. Amala, where yourself really telling yourself, Amala? Where yourself really telling yourself? Where yourself really telling yourself, Amala, about run away? Run the any Trent.
Soyer Jr. Kevin Soyer Jr. Jr., come here. You can imagine that. Hey, but listen here, Kevin, here what I'm telling you though. It have a lot of people just get married and have a child, right? And they just feel like Trent will keep the relationship together and let them know one time though. Children will break you up sooner than or faster than anything. How much people you know had Trent and break up right after, bro? You see that period of the woman being pregnant heightened the emotions, things that a man would have probably get away with under normal emotions, and no way you're getting away with it with a pregnant woman. You know what I mean?
You see this man here? Somebody both know or that both know. Just interact with the audience. I'm coming back then. I'm coming up.
That's not going on. Come back now. You're not coming back now, Kevin. I don't understand why you doing me that. Why you doing me that?
Talk to the audience. Talk to them.
Javel said, don't do my brother that. What you mean, Javel? I understand you.
Sing roti for them.
Soyer. Nah. Having children could break you up. Could break up a relationship that you think strong. Having children could mash it up, though. Telling you 100%. So make sure that you and your girlfriend or your wife, whoever it is, make sure that all they're good and in a good position before they bring Trent into it. Joel, you say, well, 4, brother. 4 is not plenty, though. 4 is not plenty. My grandparents had 13 children. You know what I mean? Oh, where you getting the energy from? Yeah, Kevin, where you getting the energy to run down them Trent at 45? Because I tell you though, I am 30. I am going to be 30 next year, and it is be a task boy to run down Liam sometimes. Do I feel robbed of attention when my son was born? Robbed of attention? Nah, I wouldn't say that to Melina. I can't say robbed of attention. I would say that you just kind of understand that it's important to actually keep this child alive right now. So that is where your importance goes, or your priority goes. I don't think I could say that I felt like a lack of importance. That was nice for me if that is something that happens commonly. It's just that, listen, we trying to keep this child alive. So that is the importance.
You have the demeanor to be a father and a demeanor to be a husband. You definitely have that already. I think that's innate in you. So you are built for that.
But yeah, what I'm telling you, Kevin, it's all about choices, bro.
I don't see you as potentially saga boy anyway. Like it was never in the cards for you to be in the streets. You was never gonna be in the streets.
Listen, I couldn't be in the streets anyhow because my mother would have killed me growing up. Serious. But again, I grew up in Laramie, so it's not that it was not option. Anybody could be anything, I know some real smart fellas that like primary school that I went primary school with from Laramie that used to come first and second and third in tests and used to challenge you to do better in school.
Yes, I do. I do.
They did.
Informal is 150 Pampers is 240.
You see this person, Gwyneth know what they're talking about. Listen, Kevin.
Right, so I saw later in life when I had money put aside.
Kevin, here what I'm telling you, brother. I don't know what it is with women and children. They just want to buy everything for the child. They just want every single thing that they see. Hey, the baby need this. They just want to buy everything. Out of the list of things that we bought when Liam was born, I could safely say that out of that, like we say, out of 10 items, what we really use was 3 out of the 10 that was bought. So I'll tell people from now that it have a lot of things that is bother you when children come in the picture, because you're spending money that we could have used for something else. My wife wanted to buy everything, bro. Thank God Liam actually came early and she didn't get to click send on that Amazon cart, dog. I tell you.
Wow.
Because listen, it has so much things she wanted to order still. And Liam came a month early and that kind of ruined her plans. And then it's like, hey, but we doing okay without this thing that you wanted that was so important. You know what I mean? Bro, I will tell anybody, make sure you get somewhere for the child to sleep, a crib. Also, make sure to get a changing area. So whether it's like one of the changing station things, get one of those. So you could set up everything, Pampers here, the wipes here, powder, whatever you need to change your child in one place.
And it was never scornful, you never feel scornful and thing?
Scornful about like the tutu and thing? Of course,
True.
It's shit.
No, all the parents just act like, they just, yes, my child, I love it, come on, suck it out.
Yeah, no, so here what I'm telling you, it's not that it's not disgusting. Of course it stinks, it's tutu. It's tutu and it's spit and it's snap and it's still the same thing. It's still mucus and bodily waste and pee. Yeah. It's still these things, But what happens is the importance of saving your child life versus leaving the snot in the nose to choke and dead. How am I going to explain to the doctors, I know I could have snuck out the snot, but I wasn't putting that snot in my mouth, so he dead. That's why I got
just put them like, just if you just take the money back, they wouldn't come. I don't know what. Good.
I'm not gonna change that child so he stay in that shit Pampers whole day because I'm not changing that too.
No, I mean, definitely the child they had to do it. So that's why another reason why, I had to think of like, by the time I probably get my child next couple of years, if that happened to be, you will have much more innovation. So it will be much easier to do all these things. You just take a kind of thing and you just click and just take everything off and
you just put the bottom down in like this.
Yeah, and I kind of thing and take them out. Yeah, and take them out. That will be it.
And it wash the bottom.
Yeah, I think so.
Wrap up a new Pampers and you pull up, ding, and take this fresh baby. Yeah.
But it doesn't feel exhausted being such a good guy. It doesn't feel like it just take a toll on you. It doesn't like go off sometimes and have to go and cuff a wall and thing or.
Nah, like, I was never the type to cuff wall and thing. Okay. I was either fighting or very calm. That was my demeanor. I really didn't have too much of an in between, and it was more on the good side than the fighting. But children could make you get very upset by it. Because I promise you, like this evening before the podcast, I just had to go outside when Colette got home. I just had to go outside and sit down on the balcony and just watch some cars go by and drink some water. To just, you know what I mean? To just kind of let all the crying and the crying for nothing, the throwing down everything. Because Liam at the stage now where he climbing on everything, bro. You put on your fan or something, or?
Up on AC.
Yeah. No, yeah, but you're in your sweater, you have to put on AC.
No, not anymore. It just regulate the temperature enough now. It's okay.
This child going up on the counter. You ever see videos where cats on the counter and they're seeing things and they just push it off?
Yeah.
Liam doing that. Liam is climbing up on the counter and watching things and just pushing it off to hear the sound. I had to be to hear the sound. He doing that. Why he doing that? Please. please let me know. You can tell me why you doing these things. I will, Kevin, most times I will clean the house in the night, right? Because again, this is the time that is quiet. He is asleep. I could just go and clean. I had to worry about no stay here or if you put him in the chair. If you try to clean during the day with him here, you put him in the chair, right? Because you have a seat. You need somewhere to lock up your children too. I would tell any parent that. You need somewhere to lock up your child. You need somewhere that they can't get out. Safely, right. Of course, that they could still breathe and, you could still feed them and things.
I mean...
Like inside a playpen or in a seat that you could strap them in. Some of them just get smart with the strap and unstrap themselves and thing. But you need somewhere that you could put the child that he wouldn't get out or she wouldn't get out.
And they can't give the child a nipper punching. That's all.
No, you could give them some wine to sleep. Or, sometimes you could probably give them, even though they're not in any pain, you could give them some Panadol. You could give them some children's Panadol to make them sleep. These things could give you some assistance when it comes to the children and getting some free time. But I will tell you, if it is that your importance is just on sex, bro, when it is you have children, first off, when you get pregnant, is the only time your doctor will tell you to have sex, when you get pregnant. So during that 9 months of the child in the belly, you could live up yourself. You could do what you want, right? Of course, that comes down to the woman, of course, if she's comfortable or whatever, because she had this big belly in front of she to find positions and stuff. This be a challenge too. So after that, right? So the baby here, you cannot do anything for like 6 weeks, I believe. I think it's 6 weeks. You can't do nothing. And worse yet, if the woman got ripped or something, worse yet, it's a longer period of time. Have to go and take out stitches and all kind of thing, bro. So if it is that you in this thing for sex, craziness, you're going to mess up yourself. You're gonna be upset every night.
Every human I know see the child with Panadol. Wow.
Hey, Panadol works. I'm telling you, Panadol works. Listen, Liam used to get up in the middle of the night for a bottle. So he would get up, let me say like 1, 2 in the morning and be crying he want a bottle, right? All you have to do is give them a smaller amount and put like a half of the dose of Panadol in it. Sleep for the rest of the night, he's asleep. Hey, I have about 6 bottles of Panadol. He don't be sick. Nice for sleeping. Nice sleeping aid.
That's not the intended use. Yes. Well, you have any questions, Sir Kess? Or you have any questions for me?
Yeah, cousin, what's the time? You see, I should be sleeping. It's 10:30. You know what you think, Kevin? It's because we start this thing 9 o'clock. It's still steady or 1.5 hours. That is the time I want for the podcast. But we'll have to do this thing properly again when I get this working right. But this thing, technology will fail me tonight, boy. I wouldn't lie. Technology failed me tonight.
But I love it.
This sound card, this thing just say, boy, forget all your and all your life.
Oh, so for real, so that's what you're gonna use that way again, and gonna use and it'll make everything better?
Yeah, when I get a new one, yeah, because this going crazy. This going crazy.
Sorry.
Yeah, boy, I would tell anybody, make sure they're good before you have children, though. Children is not that easy, just fly-by-night thing. If anybody say differently, if anybody tell you that raising children is something not easy, it's not easy. Is a big challenge. So I could understand now why when parents say, you disappoint me a
You
little
see that
bit or
message?
something. Yes, I saw it.
Do you
Do
have
I
a greater
have?
appreciation for your wife being a stay-at-home dad?
Yes,
Well,
100%.
it's as a tough question because he was always a stay-at-home dad. Like it never.
No, no,
She's saying
no.
appreciation because it's not like
No.
if she had
Up,
the role
up,
before you.
up, up,
Okay,
up. Right.
all right.
So I never work a day in my life, or what are you doing me? Right. So I was working until they shut down Petrotrin in
Okay,
2018. Okay, I worked every day. Okay, sometimes very long hours.
right.
Um, the year that um, Liam was conceived, like a month before we find out Petrotrin closing down. So I think it's August we found out that we were pregnant, and then Petrotrin closed down November. Like that is how quickly things turned. I kind of glad that we did still have a baby when we did, because I do feel weird. If let me imagine, dog, I lost my work in Petrotrin, and then COVID, we wasn't having no train.
Yeah.
I tell you, we wasn't having no train. I kind of glad that it happened when it did, um, so that we just fight through it as any parent should, right? But to say by in this timing that is a okay decision to have a child now, I feel anybody should hold off on having children right now, honestly. I don't know what kind of world you want your child to grow up in, but this is not it, though.
Yeah, pressure right now.
This ain't it. This ain't it, bro. Telling you. But yes, I do have a different wait, what is it she said? Do I have a greater appreciation? Yes, I have a greater appreciation. And here why I say that, right? Women do so much, bro. Like sometimes you doesn't even notice it until you have to do it. So staying home with Liam, Colette did stay home with Liam. So you have to remember, well, not with Liam, but even after she still had leave and stuff, and she took her holidays, right? So she was home with Liam for a period of time until he was like 5 months. I think she stayed home with him, right? When it turned over to me now, being the one that had to stay home with him, I could tell you, bro, it is something that's very difficult to do, Kevin. Your time, your space, your mind space, even the songs that you're allowed to hear into your head, sometimes you might just be bopping on a nice slow tune or some R&B, some song that you like. All I hear in my head right now is Coco Melon and Baby Shark. This is what is in my brain space right now.
Wow.
You understand? Because his whole day he want to hear something. And for me, with Cherian Boy, is the fussing for no reason, no apparent reason. Yes, I know there probably is a reason, and he can't communicate it with me because he can't speak right now. But I change your pampers, your belly full, your bed, you sleep. What you want again? Why are you crying? I just can't get it. It is hurt my head sometimes. I just watch him like, but what do you want? I'm trying to figure it out, son. I don't know. Write it down on a piece of paper for me.
Yeah. No, but definitely been around babies. So when they're not born, like my sister baby, definitely, and my little brother baby. So I do have the experience. I didn't have to be the one to go and take the baby and rock them and whatever. But I would be awake when everybody awake, because I hear the ball in the middle of the night. And yes, there will be many times when I have to take the baby because she has to do something. She had to go down the road. Worst is when you leave child with me and you have to go down the road or something. I dread those times, but it has happened. Trying to keep a child, and I will always revert to the easiest thing: phone or laptop. Even when there's tiny babies, I'm getting something to distract you and putting out whatever
Kevin,
the thing is. I would always do that.
You will damage the baby's eyes. Please don't.
Well, I did it. Too bad. I did it back, and the child big now. One of them big. So yeah, not big, but
baby's eyes not developed enough to get or to take in that amount of blue light.
I
I'm
had
just
baby
letting you
watching
know.
thing. And I looking for make baby sleep video and it have swirly black lines. Swirly black lines and music. And let the baby watch that because I want baby to fall asleep. Yeah, I neighbor.
Oh gosh,
I
man, Kevin, man. Nah, but you see that for women, I think it's real different when it comes to the bond that they get with children. They have so you have to remember this thing actually growing in their stomach for 9 months, though. By the time that child born, and you as the father now see it like, here's this child, right? It already 9 months done with this mother already. So the kind of bond that they have, you feeling this thing moving in here like an alien, you feeling this thing twisting and turning, and then you had to put up your legs in a hospital somewhere and push out this child. And then later down in life, the child telling you that he don't want to go to church anymore.
Yep, absolutely.
No, I could understand.
Do you think things that would bother you if your child come and say, I don't want to go to church anymore?
Nah, I don't think it would bother me the same way. I think it would probably be something of concern, but I don't think it would bother me the way probably my mom would feel. You know,
if Liam turned out to be a soca star, like literally biggest soca star in Trinidad and Tobago.
First, make sure your daddy fix up. Make sure the pop's good. Make sure pop's good. Everybody had a life to live in, Kevin. And I am for one not the person to say or to push something down your throat. I am not that person. So
that's true. I could vouch for that.
I will always let people live their life and make the choices for themselves because
you still remind them that they're going to hell, but he's a very kind person. Like he would embrace every single body except Kyle. Sure. But he would always say no.
Nah, I tell him Kyle where he going to. But no, I am very, very open and I am a logical person. And to me, it don't make sense forcing somebody into religious stuff. I feel like people need to make the decisions for themselves. Like I could give you as much advice or as much counseling as possible. You could tell a girl that in an abusive relationship, listen, he is not the right man for you, he's not the right man for you, he's not the right man for you. You could tell them as much as you want. If they don't make the decision in their own mind that, yo, I fed up at this and I need to leave, they go in and stay there and take hard slap. So people need to make choices for themselves. That is how I just look at things. So I can't push nothing on nobody. I could suggest, I could offer, but the forcing is where I just kind of disagree with some things.
So what's the next step for you in this COVID time? What's the next step for Kess Ramsey?
Do you want to ask any questions, but
well, sorry. All right. You ask the question.
You can answer it after. That is all. Well, in these COVID times, I'm really trying to get something that I can sell. So this is why I started the podcast. Something that could be sold whether I have a stage or not. That is why I was trying to get, well, not was. This is why I'm trying to get the podcast going, right? It's about sustainability, and while having the shows and stuff was looking real promising. You know what I mean? Because 2018, 2019 were good years. We had a lot of things in plan, and even you had a lot of things in plan for this year, and everything is gone just like that. So it's to find something that can bring some level of sustainability and income in any period of your life. So I always wanted to do a podcast even before this whole COVID thing happened. It's just, again, technical stuff, and I want things to be a certain way before I do it. And still messes happen sometimes, like tonight. So sometimes I just have to tell myself, yo, just start it. And that's how we here tonight.
I appreciate that. You're always consistent. You're always posting. You're always doing stuff. A lot of us admire that about you. You're always on it.
I probably one of the least.
You're the most consistent. Consistent. You're the most consistent.
Never.
Nah, you do.
Like Samson and thing, certified Samson is post.
Oh well, then yeah, you go with the people and them who have the 300,000. That's your thing yourself too. Then yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Nah, I don't post very often, man. What I will post often is like the little TikToks and thing. I will post that. TikTok's easy to make. That's why it's like you don't have much. You have to sit down and think of something. Or most of my stuff is that an idea come to me. Idea wouldn't come every day. You know what I mean? Sometimes it take a little while for you to. And worse yet, with seeing about this child, like it doesn't, my mind doesn't get to this place where I could like sit down and be creative. Serious. My mind full with, but I wonder if the bottles and them clean, I wonder if the pampers need to change. Yeah.
But for me, yeah, it's the same. Like you trying to find ways to have a product
relevant too.
Have something out there, yeah, definitely. And also, yeah, definitely to find more ways to challenge myself and, find things that I can do, and also to use the abilities that I do have. Like I want to get more discipline as far as writing and stuff. I don't do it like discipline as I should. So hopefully I'm thinking maybe changing my environment. Maybe if I get a desk. I think I want to get a desk, because when you're in the bed you're on the couch, TV day, thing there, your laptop here, you just whatever. So I think if I get on a desk, maybe I'll become more disciplined, because there's a lot of ideas that I want to get out and things I want to do. Like, I don't ever really be wondering, like, I wish I had the ability to do something. I always be more thinking I wish I had the discipline, as I meet people with the discipline. So I think the ability is there, and I just want to have the discipline to follow through and achieve the things. What are you going to do with your prize money for poetry? So they say up to 6 months you're waiting for it. So hopefully by the time I get it, hopefully before that, I don't know.
First citizen supposed to write that check one time, though.
I wish. See, we get within 6 months, so it could be now, it could be Christmas, it could be whenever, I don't know. You'll find out.
Yeah, if that money.
Like small money, you don't have much money.
Kess
to decide to bless me with much more than that, easy.
When you get now, you hit my back my thing, right?
What thing? You never give me no thing. I wish.
The little dust now.
I wish. Kess watch all of us with the most dust. Kess had the most dust, and Kess just watch us and be like, boy, come here.
Nah, but you see that having our workspace important, bro. Serious.
I want to do that for sure.
The most research I ever do into like editing or anything like that only happened after I bought a desk and could have sit down and
you see,
you know what I mean. So it really does help. That set aside space. It does trigger something in your mind to settle. I feel that's why they just give us desks at work and for school. It is really help, honestly. It's a mental thing.
Meantime, all you hire before they want something done. If you want a little poster done, a little flyer, a business card, listen, hit them up. Give me the dust, all the dust, the whole scoop, all the whole broom.
But Kevin, I will always say, bro, that I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
There are a lot of people, Kevin, that has not been or seen a quarter of the tribulation. I'm using proper terminology. The testings and trials that you've gone through, and made it out not just alive, but made it out with attitude towards bettering yourself and making others better too, making others laugh too. That really is commendable. Big up to you, bro. For real.
Thank you. You're looking at it. I call you.
Yeah,
I call you Wally.
Speaking at Mary. Don't be sending. You see how you're rude? Yeah, but I can't tell.
Yeah, look, Michael Baca, my biggest inspiration.
I can't tell Vonnet hello, but you sending suit for my wife.
I can send suit for. Yeah.
So Kevin, do you think you could
What's
be
your
a
thought?
stay-at-home dad?
What's what?
Do you think you could be a stay-at-home dad?
No. I mean, listen. I think I could do it. I think I have the ability to do it. I don't want to do it. I think I could do it, but I don't want to do it. I believe. Listen. The things I've faced. Yeah, I would in my mind, I told myself this is impossible for somebody to face. So no, I think being a stay-at-home dad would be a dream compared to some of the things I've faced in the past that are behind me now, at least. But I don't know if I want that. Listen, when I think about it now, it's like, wait, but there's a lot of responsibility, and I don't know if I did right now.
Yeah, I get understand.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think most men would consider very strongly if it's Colette is the mom. Obviously, there's a whole other situation. It's not anybody from down the road, it's Colette, you know, so it's a different story. But still, I don't know.
I think your mind will change if you're in the situation.
If it's Colette, yes.
So as I said, well, you know the situation as to how it ended up to this. But I was out of a job, started my own business, started my entertainment company, and things were looking up, and then we realized, okay, we're pregnant. So me being the one that was self-employed, was able to shift things around so that I could be home during the day while my wife go to work. And then it's like, all right, cool. I make most of my money on the weekends or evening times. So canceling stuff during the week, or not just canceling, but arranging stuff during the week, where it's like either he in a daycare on the days that I work during the week, or by my mom or something. And shuffling it like that was the way we were going. And then it's like COVID hit now, and it's like, yo, all of those things on the back burner when it comes to going out. Like I have not left this house other than for vitals.
Now that's all because I remember it went from, like, because you're bringing home what 40,000 basically a month. In different things you do in your gigs and whatever, and now to like lost that income. It's a lot. I know. It's making a lot of money. I must say that.
I just want to say that I live in Ramsey. It just had some shooting just the other day, right on the street.
Well, like the COVID time, you don't have the money again. God, no.
Now, what I will say though, COVID eat savings. Eat up savings, bro. Thank God I put aside my deposit for the next show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but COVID eat up savings. That is no joke. No joke. So yeah, finding that thing that we could have a little more sustenance going forward and stability going forward. That's what we need. So guys, it was really nice chatting tonight. Kevin, we have to do it again when everything working.
So, come on, give some hearts for Kess. Give some hearts for Kess. Being an amazing interviewer. Amazing.
I don't really want hearts.
Give some hearts for Kess. I guess I must ask you because I can't, advice. What's some advice you would give to someone out there who wants your number?
I would tell them that they should probably be my friend first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I think.
Yeah, my brother gave a whole one heart. My brother. The big. One whole heart.
If somebody wants my number, they should either be hiring me for something, or a friend. I think that is the two, things more or less that you could easily get my number for. Yeah. You see, hiring and my friend, them could get my number.
Michael Baca gave some hands there. Michael Baca, you know.
Hey, so I'll try to get back. I want to talk about the issues that differently abled people have in Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, you need to stop pigeonholing this man. That's not all he known for. The man is many things.
Yes, of course. But
talk to hear about what it is like having so much girl running here down. That is the man more stressed the man and deal with on a daily basis. About 2% of your life is having disability. Majority is Kevin, boy, this girl will not leave me alone.
Alright, so when I bring in back on, you will come on too to talk?
Everybody who understand, go and click on Michael's profile and see what you see.
Or all you're gonna give me somebody else to talk to, since I already wanna choke hold the man in this stuff.
Oh, now he could talk about he will get black. He could talk about it. He could talk about it. He's a good one.
Kevin, my brother.
Yes.
I love you.
Love you too.
I wish you all the best in life, in every aspect of your life, brother.
Thanks.
I wish somehow we could get, like a kind of simulation or cloning machine or something, that I really wish I could help you in that area and clone colored for you. I really wish I could do it for you, brother.
I know.
But with the limits on the technology that we have in today,
it's just where we are in life right now. So that is
I really do apologize that I couldn't do that for you, or that she didn't have a twin or something. I really.
Keep flicking your finger right now to you. Stop questioning.
No, I didn't. You didn't tell me to click. I was checking. I don't.
Amala, thank you. It was a nice, healthy convo. Yes, listen, Kess is the most wholesome fella I probably know in Trinidad right now. Literally the most wholesome one. So everything with Kess is pretty wholesome and healthy. It's a good one.
So, this is what I want on the podcast. I want conversations where people could be genuine and really express themselves. I want to talk about anything. I have coming up the mayor of San Fernando, Junior Regrello, would be on the podcast. That's on the 2nd of November. Next week, I have a school teacher on to basically give the opinion of the online teaching.
As a male or female?
A female teacher.
Oh, because I'm not going to say so. You have to tell male, you have anything now. You only feel male men voices matter.
No. I am trying to get more females on. So the next person is a female, and then Junior.
No, I have one request.
Talk to me.
And I never asked you for nothing before. You never do nothing for me in my life. You never give me no drop. You never buy food for me. You never bring nothing for me home here. Never do nothing for me. I always do things for you. Everything. Kess, I'm Kevin, carry me, right? One thing to do for me. Please. Invite Windsy and Coffee on your life. Please.
I will try to make that happen.
I would miss that.
I will try to make that. Honestly, I will try to make that happen. Honestly.
I would not miss that for nothing. You get Windsy and Coffee on your life. I glued to that life. I'm not moving. But nothing.
Windsy is my friend, and I need to stop coming around my friend.
Have yourself a merry Christmas.
I need to stop coming around my friend.
And my
friend is multi-talented. Multi-millionaire talented. My friend is multi-talented, okay?
Very, very, very.
I'll stop harassing my friend, please. But yeah, I think I could make that work or happen. I have some interesting people coming up. So yeah, that is the action for the podcast.
Where do you let's go? And higher. Oh Jesus. Something going that for Jesus. I can't remember. Some one of them songs, I can't remember.
Hey, my favorite song is the one where she was in the helicopter in That was a masterpiece. Okay? Where she was praising God in the helicopter over.
Yeah, and the limousine.
Yo.
That's the only way to praise. If you're not praising a limousine, are you really praising? Are you even praising?
Come on, you're really not doing it. Were you praising God in a Nissan?
You can't do
that, bro. Come on.
Can't do that.
How you could do that?
How would that feel? So, Kess, I think, so as far as comedians and videos, you have the most views. As far as the most viewed video for comedians within Trinidad and Tobago, you have the highest number so far.
I wouldn't.
On a single video, I mean.
I wouldn't say that.
Maybe Crazy Legs. Crazy Legs has some big numbers too.
Crazy Legs and Samson having millions of views and things, bro.
I know if Samson have them kind of numbers.
Yeah, Samson have a consistent.
But you pass 1 million and something on views, and
I hit 1 million and something
Okay.
on one video.
But I'm talking about a single video. You ever hear anybody else hit 1 million on a comedy video?
In our friend group?
Nah, in our nation. Comedy video.
I don't know personally.
I know, but yeah, you pull some big numbers. And Kess does get it for like listen, this is why privilege. Kess could do anything. Kess take a cup, pour water, drink the water, post the video. People be like, oh my god, 700,000 views. Oh my god. 6 million shares. Kess could do any flicking thing.
Listen, Rody and this guy that you called just now. Why
Samson.
Man? Not Samson.
Crazy Legs.
Rody, Crazy Legs, Samson. I think that is the highest grossing entertainers.
Yeah, they do great work in their own field. They do very good.
Yeah. I pick them up every time, man. But yeah,
right.
I think Rody was one of the persons that make me start doing videos. Seeing Rody's videos make me start doing videos. Yeah. Yeah, Kevin, boy.
I better make videos, cause when I started to make videos, I was making videos trying to do something different, like trying to do funny educational videos, talk about disability and this and that, or like mimicking whatever popular trend. Because my viral videos was just weird things before, and then this random day the pinky thing happened, and I went, but I never tried to do that. I used to look down at it. You put a jersey on your head and you're wilding up on our camera. And I used to look at that as like, people who know me know, Kevin don't like shame thing, Kevin don't like embarrassment thing, don't put me up, that thing. So it was real out of character for me. But people was like, nope, this is what we want from you now.
Stunner, you missed the whole life, boy. We coming up
it's the next big one. He's a big one.
Stunner, hear what Stunner does do it. Hear what I had.
If something happened within 2 seconds,
2 minutes,
we have a video already.
2 minutes and our video.
He deserves any success he have. He deserves that success. He is consistent for sure. And I see people commenting like sometimes see something happen and then bounce your status from somebody saying, "Stunner, when the video coming?" And without a doubt, he have that video coming.
Yeah, Stunner for sure. If you could depend on our video about every bacchanal that happened in Trinidad.
Yeah. And to cover things fast, and a lot of them will be very funny in a short space of time. So I don't know. Yeah. A quick response.
Nah, he has some talent, man. I have to give him that. He tell me he don't know if he want to collab in our video with me because of how he does do videos versus me. He say he want to basically make my brand look bad now because he's a bad
Nah, we do plenty normal videos and things.
Well, that's why I tell him, man. I feel.
But these men have elevated now. Them is green screen, graphics, these things. That's what this is production everybody have now.
Listen, I glad for anybody that's investing in the stuff.
Yeah. And the whole bottom of the man's screen, the man he in a little box at the top, you know. The whole screen is sponsors. Carib, Angostura, Devon Biscuit, ting. Watch not to see video. You gotta pinch his corner of your screen and pull it up. He only 2 millimeters in the corner. The whole video is sponsors. I wanna get like them, man, boy.
Kia sales representative.
Yeah. Business concerns, ting on the highway. See he thing on the nah. A different level.
But for real, bro, I still think that you should do some more pinky and thing.
So you see, you go start the people and them up again. You go start them up.
I telling you, bro. I used to really enjoy watching the episodes.
Then yourself better than that. Come on, man.
Better than that. Come on, man.
What's that? Yeah.
Listen,
I say at the beginning of the thing, I'm a very organic person and I follow my convictions. And if that come back as I need to get that jersey. Straight on again. I want that you on the jersey. What I gonna do?
True.
I go with the feeling.
I really had a good time talking to you tonight, Kevin.
Well, it's me. So I mean, you're saying that as if you didn't already know. It's me.
For sure.
It's me. So you're welcome. You're welcome for getting to talk to me. You're welcome. Yeah.
Look, Kayla now jump on.
Nah, but you're somebody I always very proud to know. Very, very proud to know.
You only talking that.
I feel very privileged
when you see me perform the first time, you tell me nah, dog.
Yeah, when I saw it,
Comedy is
no,
not for
let me
you.
tell you, and this is for you because I see you. No, I see you and Jerome, but I'd seen you before as in senior do videos now and then before probably in passing. I never pay attention to you. And from the perception of you, first I don't pay attention to people. You come off more like, to me, I thought you was basically certified. So like to me, the image of you I have from before is certified was singing the double song. In my mind, that's how I didn't watch it in passing now. Yeah.
Okay.
And then senior do comedy for the first time, I really get vexed with you. And why I get vexed with you, I tell you, and this is honest thing, I did not like Kess. When I see Kess the first time, I disliked Kess. I made up my mind, I really didn't like Kess because I felt like he look a certain way and people gave him forward because he look a certain way. And I find that was real. It's almost like I can come and do whatever I want. Like people just like me and whatever. You know, I felt that was a little bit. For me, somebody who putting in myself into it, I felt like that now.
Kevin,
and as a perception, I put on him. Hold on, I put on him. But following him, I see him do more. I get to see his craft. And the man is actually very funny. And another thing too, I little get to see a lot of it as well because Kess in conversations, like you cannot keep, like Kess is very quick. Some of the funniest things. So like, I get to see him after and then I get to see his videos and like I can remember certain one of your videos I wish that was my video. The Zabaka video, nobody could do that. Like how nobody ever did that. Like the video you're falling the woman purse. These things is brilliant and you have a real gift for that. You could take 30 seconds and make a video. And they don't want to be elaborate, but it's what everybody has been thinking, and they don't know they're thinking that the whole life, you know. So you have a real gift for that. So I get to see talents later on. But yes, when I first met Kess, did not like Kess at all. I thought he just getting through life and wherever. But the man is actually the man is the thing.
Yeah, Gabriel, I agree with you. When I call earlier for the check for Christians can laugh, that when he like me.
Well, now that he's my boss, I say them things to you. Now that he's somebody who hires me. You must, and as all guys, never judge somebody and never know who to send. Now he's giving them checks. Kess buy all this. Kess buy. Watch now. Kess buy this fan. Listen, nice and all. Kess buy that. Everything. Kess pop this AC. Listen to me. God is good. Robo shanta raba hasa kurobo shunta robo. I Kess this. So never judge.
Oh boy.
Never judge.
Nah, right, Kevin. Is 11?
Yeah.
So I feel
I'm real surprised people who stick this boy. Dominic stick this through the whole time, man. My big brother, boy. When I tell him I'm break, brother, that's real support, man. If you ever see man like, yes, if my brother ever bounce up and you say, how Kevin going? And you say, but Kevin, no study me again. Hold me and cough my panding like real bad. Because if one person does make sure I reach my gigs, I have somebody in the audience waiting for me. Somebody waiting for me after. Somebody in my corner. Somebody to tell me, hey, you do good. If I'm a performance on TV, he call me to tell me about performance. If nobody else can call me and tell me to watch it, he tell me to watch it.
Good night.
Number one support. And at the end of the day, anybody come around me, he'll be them real bad because he not on that with me. My brother beat all of you. Melina, Gwyneth, my brother beating you. Joseph Bertrand, because I said, I'm going to stand them out. Kai, my brother beating you. Amala, Licks, Joshelle, Stunner, all of the game. My brother bad. So like, yeah, he's a real good one in my corner.
But
and his wife
Melina saying,
that's another amazing.
You
and
see what Melina saying?
Everybody.
Melina
is the tongue to me? Let me hear it again. Nah,
that I was always so right.
That get his spirit. Yeah.
Anyway. I in conversation, bro, was always just comfortable and used to make people laugh. But there is a distinct change with just being naturally funny in conversation and actually trying to like write it in a joke.
Yeah.
And it was difficult for me to find what worked for me first.
Yeah.
So that is where the little stale vibes come now. Right?
But also too, you filtered. Because you representing a brand because you choose to. So this is what you do. So at times you come with ideas and you be like, Kevin, this funny. I'll be like, yeah, that's funny, but you're like, yeah, I can't do this.
Yeah,
but
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Yeah,
so,
it have a lot of ideas that will come in my mind, and I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Because your mind carnal now. The carnal.
Yeah.
Kevin, brother, we could talk all night, dog.
Yeah. So
let me go. All right.
Thanks, guys. Everybody, thanks for watching.
We'll have another one.
Yeah, with all the different things and the effects and things.
Yeah.
You know you should do this time. Let the people hear me.
Make sure it's working first.
Yeah,
Make
let
sure.
the people hear me. That'll be a nice thing to do this time. Try it.
The Stay at Home Dad Podcast, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m.